And thank you again for the Spotify account, dude. Letting me use that. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. What up, crazy guy? How you doing today? Who do I think will win the Super Bowl? I think it's going to be the Patriots. Think it's going to be the Patriots. 17-14, the Cardinals with a victory here. Not a great game by Matt Ryan. Nash Bruce had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. David Johnson, 77 yards for him. Freeman and Campanaro had a touchdown for the Falcons. Receiving the ball, Julio Jones, 8 catches, 118 yards. Michael Floyd, 8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Gresham, 5 for 19 and a touchdown. As we go down the list defensively, Deion Jones, 9 catches. Sacks, 2.5 by xxSnEaKyPxx. Did I say it right now? Am I getting it right? I think I am, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Interceptions, Williams. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Buchanan and Hitchens each going to force and recover one there. Let's see. Can we bet plubes on the games? If one of the mods would like to set it up. One of the mods wants to set it up, that's okay. So this is the team we're playing, the Texans. And we know that the Dolphins were very good this year. So this might be a bit of an issue. 34-24, let's see who the Texans have. And they have a rookie quarterback starting for them. Chris Marpet out of Penn State. Okay. Interesting. Running the ball, Lamar Miller. Presley Mathis had 3 touchdowns, only 2.7 yards to carry. I'm not too concerned about their running game. Our run defense was pretty solid. But, of course, now that I've said that, we're going to lose, I'm sure. Here we go. DeAndre Hopkins, let's see. 6 catches, 81 yards. Greg Olsen on the Texans with a touchdown. So they have some weapons. They have Will Fuller still. They have some weapons to work with. Boy, I think we might be the better team, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Sacks, Clowney and Watt each with a sack and a half. That's what's really going to haunt us, I think. If they can get pressure on our quarterback, might be a long day. And it might lead to some turnovers like we are seeing here. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Nothing going on there. And then the final game, we have the Eagles and the Packers. The Eagles with a victory here. And it's Carson Wentz at quarterback taking down Aaron Rodgers, who had a pretty good game. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Sims and Boston would each run for a touchdown for the Eagles, though. Adams with a touchdown. Dex Powers, a rookie out of Auburn, over 100 yards and a touchdown for him. Lacey and Mace each going to have a touchdown. Then Campanaro, a touchdown. Defensively, Spock? Is that it? Spatch or Spock? I don't know. Interceptions, nothing going on there. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Malcolm Jenkins and Claiborne. Okay, so let's see. The divisional round, we got the Jags and the Chiefs. Once again, let's get some predictions in the chat. Let's see how you guys do. The Jags and the Chiefs, the Cardinals and the Seahawks, the Texans and the Thunderbirds, and the Eagles and the Cowboys. We do have home field advantage. So hopefully we can make it work. We're relatively healthy. We're missing Mike Luke, but otherwise we're healthy, which is good. I don't feel like the Texans are that good of a team, but they're 10-6. They're only 1 game worse than we are. They have a really good defense, and they do have weapons on offense. Let's get some hype in the chat, and hopefully we can get another victory here. I don't want to lose the first playoff game, man. I don't want to. Don't make me. We'll see. There we go. And we're taking on the Jags. Oh, baby. And it looks like we have home field advantage for this one, too. I am all kinds of cool with that. Conference championship at home. Did not see an injury take place. So we should be okay. Playoff schedule. Here we go. Let's see who got it right. The Jags taking down the Chiefs. It looks like everybody said the Jags with the victory. Everybody could... No, Nerdy Geek missed it. Everybody else called the Jags, except for Nerdy Geek. RIP. But the Jags, 408. And I think the Jags are probably going to beat us. Samuel Swift, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Blake Bortles, 5 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions on the day. And the Chiefs still could not get the victory. They could not capitalize on the mistakes. Kelsey with the touchdown. Macklin with the touchdown. Stanley Samuel with 2 touchdowns. Dominguez with 2 touchdowns. Allen Robinson with 1. Curse would have 1. Barnage would have 1. On the Chiefs now, Gary Barnage. There you go. Malik Still leading the way in tackles. Mario Edwards Jr. with 1.5 sacks. Houston with a half a sack. Interceptions, 2 by Peters, 1 by Ramsey. Spence and Nelson each getting 1. Boy, Ramsey is getting so many interceptions. Jordan Hill forcing and recovering a fumble. Did anybody get them all right? Rip, this is why I don't bet. Did anybody get them all right? NFC West battle between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. The Cardinals just stomping them. But the Seahawks only had 3 losses throughout the regular season. So this is somewhat of an upset and could definitely help us out. Nash Bruce, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Russell Wilson, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for him. David Johnson, a touchdown. Rawls and Procise with touchdowns. Receiving, Jimmy Graham, 5 catches, 35 yards. Gresham with a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. with 2 touchdowns. That's going to be a tough matchup if we end up playing them in the Super Bowl. Chandler Jones, 9 tackles. Let's see. Oh, it's official? Shanahan's going to be the 49ers coach. There we go. I will take it. I'm happy with that signing. What up, SSK? How you doing today, man? Yeah, Madden loves the Jags. They freaking love the Jags, dude. They think Blake Bortles is like the greatest quarterback of all time. What up, Dal? How you doing today? There we go. That's huge. There we go. I'm stoked. Deion Buchanan with 2 interceptions. Shanahan was the guy that I wanted after the guy that ended up going to the Rams. So I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. All right. Here's our game. We barely won 20-19. Our defense held them to only 19 points. But boy, they had a lot of yards on us. All right. And our defense getting 3 interceptions on the day. That is what we needed because Robbie Tripp struggled against their defense. Trey Mason, a monster game. 128 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. I will take it. Irving fumbled the ball. Receiving DeAndre Hopkins, 11 catches, 141, and 2 touchdowns. Greg Olsen, 7 for 65. Antoine Tarpley filling in for the injured Mike Luke. A good game from him. The concern. Let's see. Okay, never mind. Defensively, Cornelius leading the way with 14 tackles. We have not called his name a whole lot this season. Ogba with the sack, Clowney with the... I mean, we held them to only 2 sacks. If you can hold that defense to only 2 sacks, I'm okay with it. Kirksey with 2 interceptions, Hayden with 1. Gosh, maybe we should bring Hayden back. He's still producing for us. We forced 2 fumbles, both of which rookies, but neither of which we recovered. 49ers will fire him after 1 season. I don't think we will. I don't think that's going to happen again. And then another battle of the division between the NFC East, the Cowboys, and the Eagles. So here we go, 24-22. Dak Prescott, 4 interceptions. Carson Wentz with 3. A lot of turnovers, man. Jalen Richard running the ball. Ezekiel Elliott must be injured. Ezekiel Elliott is out with an injury. That's a big blow to them. Receiving the ball, 5 catches, 37 yards. Des Bryant, Rankin, each with touchdowns. Powers would have a touchdown. Defensively, Frank Clark leading the way with 13 tackles. He also had 2 sacks. Brandon Graham with 2 sacks. Collins and Lawrence each with 1. Interceptions, 2 by Sean Lee, 2 by Deshaun Minter. 1 by Nigel Bradham, Melton, and McCord. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. 1 by Melton. It would not be recovered. All right. More predictions. Jags and the Thunderbirds and Cardinals and the Cowboys. And you know, I think we're going to lose. And I say this because our weakness is our pass defense. And I am telling you, Madden thinks Blake Bortles is the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL. Every time I've ever simulated a season, Blake Bortles is a monster. And I believe he led the league in passing yards. Let's go check. Let's go double check. But I'm mostly certain I hit the wrong button. No draft stories. I hit the wrong button. Let's see. Stats. All right. Player stats. Let's go. Let's go look. NFL. Blake Bortles led the league in passing yards. Us, on the other hand, had the second worst defense in the NFL, and most of that was our passing defense. Our run defense is solid. I don't think this is a good matchup for us. And we're still a young team. You got to remember, the majority of our defense seems to be rookies. So I think this is a tough matchup, but let's see how it goes. Hopefully we can. Hopefully they prove me wrong and get the victory. We did it! We got the victory! We are going to the Super Bowl. Future Harden going to call it. Oh baby. Oh baby. Let's check it out. League schedule. Conference 38-31. 21 fourth quarter points to get the victory coming from behind. We had, that clutch trait that we got might have made the difference in this one. Might have made the difference for this one. 551 yards, 161 rushing yards, 390 yards there. We turned the ball over 4 times. They did not turn it over a single time. And we still managed to win. That is absurd. 4 interceptions by Robbie Tripp. 390 yards, 2 touchdowns. The thing is, Blake Bortles didn't throw a single touchdown against our defense. Our defense stepped up in a monster way for this game. For our offense to turn the ball over that much and for us to still get the victory, our defense played great. And look at that. 3 touchdowns by Gage Goodson. Only 2.8 yards a carry. Duke Johnson had 2 touchdowns. Malcolm Johnson had a touchdown. 97 yards for Trey Mason. 5.4 yards a carry. Corey Coleman, where have you been all season? This is the performance that we have needed for a while. And it finally happened. 10 catches, 146 yards, and a touchdown for him. Javier Heward, 6 for 61. Tarpley, 5 for 78. Where's our other touchdown? It's going to be Malcolm Johnson, the fullback. I'll take it, though. Malik still 10 tackles on the day. Deese with a sack and Agba with a sack. Our offensive line did not allow the Jags a single sack. Interceptions, though. Malik still with 2. Jalen Ramsey and Gibson each with 1. We dodged a big bullet in this game, guys. The fact that we won after losing that turnover battle is impressive. But we've got the Cardinals, who just absolutely demolished the Cowboys. 36-14. Player stats, Nash Bruce. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Dak Prescott, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Landry Jones came in and threw an interception as well. Running the ball, David Johnson, 3.4 yards a carry and a touchdown. Jalen Richard with a touchdown. And then Nash Bruce ran for 1 as well. Receiving, Terrence Williams, 9 for 99. Des Bryant, 7 for 116. Odell Beckham Jr., 2 touchdowns for him. That's a tough matchup for our defense. And we get Mike Luke back. That is so huge for us, because he was arguably our best wide receiver throughout the season. Sacks, Campbell with 1.5. They got a lot of sacks, but we've done a great job. Look how many sacks they got. And the thing is, they got, let's see, half a sack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sacks. We have allowed, what, 1 sack throughout or 2 sacks throughout the 2 playoff games so far? Our offensive line is getting it done. Matthew with 2 interceptions, Sinclair with 1, Peterson with 1. We cannot afford another 4 turnover game, though. We can't. We cannot afford it. We're in the Super Bowl, Snesta. We are in the Super Bowl. Going up against the Cardinals. Let's get some predictions in the chat, everybody. And then we'll check everything out. But again, like you said, injury report. We got Mike Luke back. The fact that we don't have any injuries is absurd. It's crazy. Let's see if the Cardinals have any. We have had a lot of injuries throughout this franchise, so to not have any right now is just great. Cardinals are missing Tony Jefferson. They're also missing Rodriguez, only 70 overall, but Tony Jefferson, that's a big blow to that defense. Let's look at their depth chart. Let's see what we're going against. Can we get the victory today? Cardinals. Nash Bruce is a 91 overall. Look at his short throw accuracy. 99. Medium throw accuracy, 95. Oh my gosh. This guy is insane. David Johnson, 93. But again, our run defense has been very good throughout the season. Jose Cole, 78 overall fullback. Wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr., Michael Floyd, and John Brown. Oh, our corners are not that good. Our corners are not that good. Tight end, Gresham and Smiley. Oh, man. EU Potty's still there. If somebody could keep me updated on the Pacer game, I'd greatly appreciate it, by the way. I would greatly appreciate it if somebody could throw me some updates every once in a while. Their defense is not looking outstanding. Obviously, it's not bad. But I'm not seeing... There we go. Patrick Peterson, obviously. And then 83 overall, second-year player. Another very good guy. 92 speed, 6'2 corner. They got a good 1-2 punch there. Then they have Matthew. Boy, if they had Jefferson, I'd be screwed. But even without Jefferson, they got Sinclair. He's 76 overall in his second year. Still a very good player. Only 83 speed, though. This is another tough matchup. We won the tough matchup last time. Do we have it in us to get another, though?